Thank you.
Hello, Shantini.
Hi, sir.
Good evening and welcome. Bisho, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Okay. Maksud, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Maksud, our young friend, joins us from the Department of MBA, Assam University. Maksud has been responsible for the technical aspects of CGG Mind since we started on the 1st of July. Uh, we heartily welcome Mr. Sudhakar Sen, sir. We are grateful to have you with us, and I'd like to begin this session with the mandatory topic that we discuss every day on this program. And today we will be talking about something which is very interesting, madam, practicing gratitude. And how important do you feel it is to practice gratitude? And very often we tend to take things for granted. We are not grateful enough. So is it worthwhile, you feel, for every one of us to take a break maybe and really practice a little bit of gratitude in our daily life?
Yes, yes. You know, like we usually show our gratitude to others when we feel indebted to them, when we have benefited from their action. But I think gratitude need not to be reserved for great moments in life. We can show our gratitude in simple things also, like people who regularly work for us. We can also show our gratitude. Say for just for example, like we are riding by a rickshaw, though we pay the rickshaw puller, but still we can say thank you to him. Like, and recently, research have shown that people who practice gratitude, they have like positive emotions, feel more alive, then they sleep better, okay, express more compassion and kindness, and the most important thing that they have a better and stronger immune system than others. So I think we should practice gratitude more often.
Excellent point, madam. And coming from the background of neurology, research has found that every positive emotion, be it love, joy, faith, compassion, and of course gratitude, has the same effect on the parasympathetic system as does yoga or meditation. So it's not only good for your mind but good for your body as well. Bisho, your thoughts on gratitude, something that we don't really talk about much and take for granted. Do you think it's an important virtue?
Absolutely, sir. People often they take for granted whenever some people do something for us. It doesn't matter whether the work is small or big. We should always be grateful because it lets them feel that no, we care. We care for them. Whatever they do, we appreciate that. Otherwise, people will think that no matter how hard they try, this people is not worthy of it because he is not showing gratitude. So it's very essential. So, and I always take care. I make sure that whoever does good thing for me, so I always show my gratitude to them. It's very essential, and it also creates a sort of
Excellent.
positive vibes around you.
Yeah, yeah. And Shantini, your thoughts on gratitude as a virtue?
Yes, sir. Definitely, we all should show gratitude towards others. Maybe they might not have done something great to us, as ma'am said. Like we always show gratitude to those people whenever they do something in return to us. Or it's not must that we all should show gratitude to someone who does for us. We can show gratitude for petty things even. I think gratitude is a part of humanity, and if people don't have humanity, like we are not meant to be called humans.
And before we formally invite our speaker to the session, madam, today's topic, leadership in the digital
Digital.
era, you think is very relevant and more so in the time of this pandemic?
Yes, yes, of course. Leadership is the most, like shouted thing. This it's a lot of talk is going about leadership, and I don't know. Like we have found a true leader. We are still searching for a leader in this era. I really don't know. So I would like to hear from my friend about leadership more. He can give us a more a deeper insight into this. So
And Bishwa and Shantini, your thoughts on leadership? Of course, a priceless quality and more important in the digital era than ever else.
Leadership, sir, I think it's very, very important, and I, I always try to be, sir, stay away from the limelight. But I don't know what happens. Ultimately, I get in the mainstream, and then it happens in some way or the other. I am bound to take the lead of something. So leadership is very, very essential, because without a leader, you will be in a haphazard manner. You won't be able to form a proper opinion. So to bind everyone in a community safe, in a community also, and also in a family, there should be a leader. Without the leader, family members will also go this way and that way. So it's very essential. Someone to take lead.
What about you, Shantini? As we welcome Swarnali also to the program, how important do you think leadership is when you are part of an organization? Like Bishwa mentioned, you think it's important in our family and personal lives as well?
Yes, sir, definitely. Because without leadership, like family or an organization without a leadership is just like a rudderless ship. A leader is someone who shows a direction, who gets hold of everything, the working of the working, the like he or she takes care of the coordination and many other aspects. At the same time, a leader must be capable and must be honest and must have have various virtues such as honesty, confidence, and he should be truthful to his work. And the most important thing is that he should not do he should always abide by the rules, and he should not she should not be inclined to one or the other side of the one or the other side. And as Miss Dada mentioned that Dada he never wants to he never wanted to take leadership. He never wanted to take responsibility, but somehow he takes somehow the responsibility falls upon him. But the same case goes to me too. Like I never want to take leadership, but somehow or the other, I like it happens that I'm the first one to take the charge of it.
Excellent, excellent, Shantini. And
Sir, I would
I
like
hope,
to add one thing, sir, that
please, please.
leadership, when it comes to leadership, that doesn't mean that
I
you
must
are to.
apologize to our guest here, but
No,
we
no,
are
I'm
an
listening and
interactive
I'm
bunch.
noting
So,
down.
sir, please pardon us.
I'm listening and I'm noting everybody's comment so that we can have a very conclusive
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
discussion. I'm noting down these
Yes, sir.
points.
Thank you
But
so much. Vishnu, please go on.
Vishwan and
Yes, sir.
please.
So I would just like to add that leadership doesn't mean that you are, to lead everyone in your own way. To be a leader, the most important thing is to listen to what others have to say. It is very important. Otherwise, everyone will think like you are acting in a autocratic way, and that is not good. So this quality should be there in leader.
Okay, then, Shonali, your thoughts on leadership. How important do you think leadership is, and what are the important qualities in a leader that you look for?
Good evening, sir. I think leadership is the important quality, and it should not be the leadership is always being dominant over expressing dominance over someone. Like not like a good leader is one who can carry all who are under him in a very supportive way, not just showing just support, but by being there at every moment. And he or she should should be truthful always, be honest, be also not very judgmental, consider some some fault in other or in that way. Also, he should be like genuine and all.
Excellent, excellent. All fair points. Madam, our young audience has an array of opinions about leadership. I'd just like you to make the initial comment and then introduce our speaker formally, and then we can get into the session proper.
Bapre. So like whatever they have told, I have a notion in my, I have a what to say, opinion about leader, that leaders help themselves and others to do the right things. They set direction, build an inspiring vision, and create something new. That is leader is all about, according to me. Okay, so what they have said is like it's amalgamation of everything together. So like he should have a capability to lead people or lead an organization, along with that the leader should have a vision. He should be he or she should be able to motivate people. He should act that person should act as a support system. He should have enough emotional intelligence, to which enables him to put him in others place. Okay, he should have creativity, thoroughness. He should have the capacity of taking risk, and he or she should be a good manager. So all those qualities actually, according to me, should be there in a leader. So now I would request our
And before
today's
you introduce, Madam, before you introduce Sudhakar sir to our program, it just occurs to me that as the country is celebrating Janmashtami, what an
yes,
amazing leader Lord Krishna was. And
yes, yes,
you talk about the magical qualities of a leader, and the life of Lord Krishna is a certain example in front of us and a bit of an inspiration. Yes, madam, please go
yes.
ahead and introduce our speaker.
Yes, yes. So today we have a very eminent personality. Sudhakar is smiling. I don't know. So he is CEO of Halcon and a very close friend of mine from class 12 days. So Sudhakar Sen, he is basically from Silchar, now settled in Nasik. So the stage is all yours, Sudhakar. You
Thank
can
you.
carry on.
Thank you. Himabrata, I would like to just start from the point where, am I audible to all? Am I audible to all?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
You are
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So gratitude, basically I'll start from there where you've started the today's discussion.
Yes,
You
sir.
see, if we go to the Bronze Age, now today, the tagline of today's topic of today's discussion is digital age, the law of leadership in digital age. But if we go to the Bronze Age, from since that time, we all are interdependent to each other. The shirt, the madam, she has worn a very nice blue kurti, that Vishwa has wear a blue t-shirt. Beautifully you have manufactured it, you have knitted it in your home. It came from somewhere in Tirupur or somewhere from Mumbai. So you're dependent on that. The headphone that you're using was made in China. So by default, it should be your character that you should always feel gratitude. The money that you are paying, it's just a value. You can't buy the service things that you're getting out of that what you're getting from others. So we all in this whole world today, and after digitalization and everything, information age will come in the later in the discussion. We are now so closely interconnected with each other that we should be by default feel gratitude, feel grateful to each and every person with whom we are getting our life ahead, going ahead. Okay, coming to the today's point of discussion, I've noted what Vishwa, Shantani, and Sharnali and Madam has mentioned, Devi Prita has mentioned. Yeah, you have nicely explained what is leadership. But before that, Himamrat, I have a presentation to make. So how can I go for a presentation? Because I have a PPT. I always work with some PPT. I believe in pictures.
Sir. Okay.
Better have a good
Are you
conclusive
listening?
discussion.
Moksud, are you with us? Yeah, Moksud will help you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, on your screen, can you see the present now button?
Yeah, present now button is there. Yeah.
Yeah. With that,
So
you
here
can
enter
present
screen.
your screen.
Enter screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just 1 minute. Just be with me for. Okay, then I have to click share.
Yes.
Maksud, share. Wants to share the contents of it. Okay, share. Just be with me for a minute. It is working.
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
We also need to be very grateful to the internet, sir. Otherwise, we would not have
No,
gathered around on this platform.
we are a good, yeah, that's true. We should be grateful to them. Everyone will find it. Okay, now, okay, I got it. Now, how can I connect my PPT? Is it visible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You can see my screen?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
There is a clear blanks. Okay. So now I'll start my discussion from here. The young boys and girls are here. So the first page I left blank intentionally because what the topic yesterday got from Deviprita and Himabrato, they discussed with me on Sunday, that role of leaders in digital age. Before I go in details on this topic, I'd like to share one story, and that I always used to tell the people that this is a story that you should be always remembering in your life. Am I audible now? Because I can't see any of you. So
Yes, yes, you are audible.
okay. So there was a young boy like Bishwa. I don't know if you are married or not. So he was a well-educated from Harvard. He came back to India, and then he was a very religious, God-fearing man. So he prayed to God, Bhagwan. I'll just use some Hindi words. भगवान आपने मेरे ऊपर इतना प्रसन्न हुए एंड आपने मेरे को ज्ञान बुद्धि दिया है, अभी मेरे को शादी करना है. सो शादी करना है तो भगवान बोला भाई इसमें तकलीफ क्या है? बोले नहीं, मेरा एक तमन्ना है कि मेरे को इस दुनिया का सबसे अच्छा लड़के से शादी चाहिए करना चाहता हूं मैं, बिकॉज मेरे को किचकिच घिच पसंद नहीं. आई डोंट वांट ऑल दिस थिंग्स. सो व्हाट हैपेंड? भगवान सेड ओके तथास्तु and he disappeared in a few fraction of a second because it was God, Lord Krishna, because you know Lord Krishna is famous for showing all these things. All through Mahabharata, and now Krishna is going on the TV because he has given lot many blessings. So
Yes.
in few moments, few seconds, Mother Teresa appeared. The boy got stunned. What happened? What is this? So, girl, what is this? Then he said, God says, you asked the best lady in this world, no jig, no kitch. This lady owned the Nobel Prize because she is known for that job. And you ask. So my take from this particular example, or what I'd like to share to the young guys here is always be specific what you are looking for, what you are asking, because that is one of the mantra I always used to tell the people. I always personally try to practice it. This Mother Teresa example, I tell not many people. You should be very specific what you are looking for, where you are going, and that should be and that is very important. Now I'll go to my second presentation. You all were nicely defined leadership. Vishwa mentioned is very important, and you should buy everybody. You should carry everybody. Listen to others. Shantani said it's like a rudderless ship. You should give a direction. You should be honest, truthful, prejudiced. You should not be prejudiced. Matlab, palace, you should not take it for granted, or you have a preconcept. Okay, this is bad or this is good. And you should be responsible. Sharnali last she mentioned that dominant over someone should carry all, truthful, honest, prejudiced, should not be prejudiced, and should not be always a fault finder. Deviprita mentioned that leaders should be helpful to others. Amalgamation of all these qualities, as mentioned by other participants in this group, should be visionary. And there I would like to stop. If you can see these photo, one person covered his nose saving from corona contamination, but if you see his speck, that is opaque fog. So very important thing is that we should not be a cataract by not by sight but by our mind. That is the first thing that a leader should have. Leadership means you should have your mind should not be at a cataract. Many of us, we don't know what to do. We just roam around. or you feel a flock of sheep is going, सबके साथ हम भी पल जाएंगे, हम भी चले जाएंगे. So you should be clear vision. It's very clear cut, no confusion. That is very important. If your vision is blocked, if your mind is blocked, then you cannot go ahead in your life. If you have any questions, we'll take it up some other stage. Now you see, then this digital.
Sir, before you proceed,
yeah.
Sir, I'd like to welcome Dr. Shomit Chaudhary, sir. He has been one of our resource persons and he is a faculty member in the Department of MBA, Assam University. So welcome to you, Shomit, sir. And Sudhakar, sir, please continue.
Yeah. So I would just like to, for the new speaker participant again from here, Mr. Shomit Chaudhary, we were talking about the leadership. Some of the participants nicely defined what directly painted what in their canvas the leadership is, and based on which we have just going to the first slide. First, we have discussed one small story, which always I have to say, I'll tell the people this story always you should remember about the Mother Teresa, with due respect to her. That Himabrata can also tell you at the end of today's presentation. Now here I was mentioning that this person he has got a spec, but he couldn't see properly because it is it's covered with fog. Mainly that means that I'd like to depict to this image is that you should have a clear vision. Your mind should not be in a cataract stage, that you can see the things. That is very important in our life, and being as a leader, this is very important. Then only you can carry everybody. Then only you can navigate a ship. You can do all the works what were expected. I'll go to the next slide, then we'll go with the discussion.
Yes, sir.
Then what you see, why I'd like to say why mention about this Mother Teresa story. You see, Himabrata, you have mentioned the digital age. We are no more in this digital age. Digitization is, we have physical to digitization has happened earlier. Yeah. It is not now that we are doing digitization, and because of we have already digitized our things. We have a digital system in place. Even I can tell you, a person sitting at Kabuganj in the deep Assam, in the district of Kachar, he has got access to a lot of digital devices, and he can go through the library of Harvard or anywhere. He can go to MIT and read all the books there. Library, you can access the library. You can go, you can read any journal, any article published by Harvard on any day.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we are not in digital. We are now in information age. So that's why I was mentioning that story, that not digitization should be information age. How we are, because of digitization, we have survived. We have managed this pass through of this corona effect. There is a separate discussion. So what I'd like to say is this era of information, the leaders should be very cool. He should empower everything to his team. Otherwise, now if a second matters, your customer behavior has changed. If you can't control everything, the things has gone. By a file will move from Chaparasi to Babu to Bara Babu to everybody to the top, and then it will come down. This thing has gone. You have to control. You should have a vision. You can, from standing on a top, you could see the deep, that side of what is that mountain is. Where is the cloud? You should delegate. You should know how to delegate. You should delegate to your team and empower them. Yes, they should do. And now it is not a top-down hierarchy system. It's a collaboration. And co-creation and collaboration is the mantra, is the practice we are practicing today in this corporate world. There are, I can say 10, 15 stories on this particular picture, but this is what I'd like to share here. We have some more pictures because I don't know how much time I've been allotted. Next, this I'll come later on. These two things, slides I'll come later on. Again, you see, I told you that you should delegate everything to your team, and team should be fully empowered. And it should be collaborative activity. But it doesn't mean you should go in the mountain top and have a beer or have a glass of beer and enjoy. It's not like that. You have to be vigilant. Because in laptop, in this, if you can see this presentation slide, in left and right, I have given two different pictures. One, you have n number of attackers, n number of things happening in your whole digital world. So you should know what is happening. You should have a mechanism in place. In the earlier era, there was a lock and physical lock and key. Now it is not there. You would never know someone is stealing your someone's taking out your data, sitting in some country in Russia or some in Uzbekistan, anywhere, Albania, we don't know. And similarly, in the right-hand side, you can see as a leader, you should have a control of everything. Individually, independently, all these things are functioning, but you should have a control. You should know what is happening. And that is the thing as a leader because topic was on digital role of leadership or leaders in a digital age. That's why I felt that I should be specific to the topic given to me. Information that I'm not going. This is a very good example, and really I'd like to share you. If you can see, I'd like to ask some question to some of the participants. Say, let's start from Vishwa. Vishwa, I don't know you know about this story. I've written here. Do you know? Can you tell something about this picture? If you don't know, what is coming in your mind?
So a bridge in a isolated area. Okay. An isolated area. Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know, nothing.
Okay, I'll come to Shantani. If you can say something on this, whatever is it, whatever you feel, your interpretation of this image.
Isolated place, river,
okay,
bridge,
okay,
and peace.
Oh, so nice. Anything more?
No, sir.
Shanali, pleasure. You can say something on it, on this picture.
Sir, wide and say isolated, I think.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to add up something.
Yeah, please tell me. It's a discussion, not an exam.
Little bit of vegetation can be seen.
Oh, so nice. You are botany? So you have done botany or agri?
No, zoology.
Zoology. Oh, I felt you will find some aquatic animals or fish, aquatic creatures there. Some fish or something you can see by zooming it. Okay.
Sir, there is a tagline there: "Build to last, to build to adapt."
That'll tell. Basically, I'll tell you. This is a bridge. There is a place in USA. It is immaterial where is this place, how it is. I'll come to the story directly. It's a long story. So there is a place. It was always, that area is like our Silchar and Guwahati, Shonapur, and all this area. Every year it got heavy rainfall and landslide, and every year BRTF people come and build something and keep on. There's a continuous process. So being America quite ahead of us and quite natural, we have to accept it. So they called some Japanese people and said there's a 500-meter bridge. Every year when there is a storm, that bridge gets collapsed, and we find it very difficult. So what to do? So they are, because they are the people who define the Six Sigma and all this quality. They are very highly professional. They're quite ahead in terms of quality and design for Six Sigma, all these things. I'll not go in details of what is Six Sigma, details design for Six Sigma. But point here is that they built this bridge, very strong, very stout, and next year again, there was finally everything was going on. Next year there was a heavy storm. But this time the bridge was standing there, but river has changed this course. So now they made this bridge built to last. Our performance is there to zindagi mein chalna chahiye. But now the river is not there. Similar to the situation of this COVID-19 impact on our industry, on our economy. The business scenario has changed. Everything has changed. Now we have to adopt a new thing. What will I do with this bridge other than taking a picture and taking some management classes?
Unbelievable, sir. Unbelievable. I mean, this is the power of the PPT, and we like to thank you because you are the first speaker on this platform who is using a PPT, sir, and we are thoroughly enjoying it. I'd just like to take a moment to welcome Sangeeta here. Good evening, Sangeeta. Sangeeta is a clinical psychologist and she joins us from Rongia. Hello, Sangeeta. Can you? She was one of our resource persons last month. Sangeeta, are you there with us? She's been having terrible network issues. Hopefully, we'll hear from Sangeeta sometime later. Please go on, sir.
So now then build to last is no more. मतलब now ऐसा हो गया कि जानीगंज में open the shop and it is for lifetime. What shop? Anything. Because I am from Silchar, so all the Silchar loads are always in my mind, roaming here and there, everything. So, but if you see, there is an evolution. Things keeps on changing. So now we should learn how to adapt to the change. Change management is very change, and managing the change, passing through the change is very critical and very crucial for survival. And every time we go through this example, so what to do?
And this image, sir, this image really reminds me of National Highway. Maybe we need a bridge like that in National Highway, because every time there is rain, there is water logging there. And it would not be a bad idea to have a bridge like this, perhaps.
But you never know, the river may change its course in some other direction. So what will
yes,
you do?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go on,
anyway,
sir.
So this is one of the image I'd like to share with the people, because leaders, then what leaders should do? They have built the bridge with the best, with a vision. Okay, now we should have a best bridge, will survive, will last for long.
Yeah.
Now summarize the situation of today's COVID-19. This is the actually published sometime back. So it is there how it is. That what I mentioned about this particular bridge in USA. I will certainly share this PPT also, so that you can keep it with you for your future reference, and you can go through it. Now, this is what from a leader is expected. That you should. The sky is full of clouds. You should be able to see, you should be able to analyze, you should have a telescopic view, not the first image that I've shown, and you should be continuously enjoying. The man was laughing, you can see his face. That is what is expected from a leader, and we all are we all are leader by ourselves. Everybody is leader at our own capacity. You are a leader at home, you are a leader everywhere. So it doesn't mean that you should sit in a chair or you should be a CEO of a company. Maybe you are working anywhere in this world, and whatever you are working, there is a leadership in you, because you know how to take care of your business. This slides, my purpose of this too, that just to excel in your profession, have a vision, don't be a cataract. Try to have a telescopic look. What is there? What is going on? What is going on? What is the next? Because these are very important things. I'll come back again to these previous slides. Just 1 minute. You see, change. I have just mentioned in one of the slides that bridge. You can remember. I feel you can remember that image and that painting in your mind. Now, change is inevitable. Yesterday, we all participants were in 11th of August 2020, and today we are in 12th August 2020. And this, what has gone is gone. We have changed. Lot many things has changed in our life. I am meeting with 4 new people. Abhishwa, Shantani, Sharnali. I was not knowing these people. We were interacting. Something is happening, changing. So now here you see, this is what is a very good matrix, which I always used to say, and I like this matrix, and I've used it at so many places. This matrix is by some problem is going on in the. Everybody is audible?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. So with the there are 4 scenarios, changes. One is transitory, one is stagnant, one is turbulent, one is tumultuous. Now, when the magnitude of change is high, but pace is very low, it is a transitory. When the magnitude is low, but pace is slow. It is stagnant. It is a stagnant change, slowly. But when magnitude is high and pace is also high, that is turbulent. This is the things through which presently we are passing through. We are passing through. Our government is taking lot many. This lockdown, what is that? There is a turbulent situation. You can see now everybody is ready to adapt anything. Now people are wearing masks because there is a turbulent situation. You have to adapt it. There are n number of examples. So turbulent situation is a situation when the people readily adapt or accept to change, accept the changes. Even if you can see in your house or going for somewhere, suppose before going to somewhere, you all get ready slowly, acha, theek hai, 10 o'clock jana hai, aaram se. But you get in a turbulent situation just 10 minutes before. Because, and you, fatamat, you try to do the things.
Yeah.
Similarly, you should know to adapt changes, to accept the changes, because change is inevitable. And the previous slide that I'm taking second, that there are various type of changes happening around the organization, because being I'm part of some corporate and working for last so many 22 years. So you see there are mainly 4 types: tuning, reorientation, adaptation, and recreation, mood of change and magnitude of change. You see incremental small changes. If it is anticipated, you know that from this date something is going to happen, so you tune your minor things, minor tuning. It's incremental change. Now you know that this is anticipatory but strategic in nature. What is that? No, only there will be few branches will operate, or the timing of the bank will be from 9 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know it, anticipatory. It was well announced, well planned. So this strategic. So you reorient your people. You spread them across. So it's a reorientation of the people. Reorientation.
Sir, can the weekend lockdown be an example of this kind of change?
I'm coming.
Okay, sir.
Now next is reactive. One is anticipatory. मतलब पहले से आपको पता था या ये होने वाला है. ये COVID-19 is not anticipatory. Rather, you can say, and it's a reactive and anticipatory both, because we are knowing, but we have not responded at that in February. Do you see all the airlines were not blocked in the month of January or February, early February? So anticipated, then it was only reactive action you have taken. And that's what strategic recreation, change. Lockdown means lockdown. Everything is recreated, working style, work from home. Now government sector also accepted it. You work from home. So what they've done, they've not reoriented, they've recreated the whole working system.
Yeah.
So these are the metrics which I feel that it's very much relevant to the present situation that we are passing through. Yes, it was strategic thing taken by the government. It was a reactive. It would be anticipatory. Reorientation would have been done earlier. Things would be managed properly. People would be allowed to go home well in advance or in the month of February, March, rather than telling everybody, by aaj raat ko 12 baje se these things are happening. What happens? Turbulent situation created. You created a turbulent situation.
Yeah.
And rather tumultuous. People are not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So these are very important, relevant things that we are passing through. So we should know. And why I'm sharing you, because you mentioned the topic was leadership. So as a leader, everybody is a leader by itself. You take decisions.
Yes.
Someone mentioned this at the beginning of the discussion that yes, you should take decisions, give direction. Sorry. So when someone can give decision direction, he should know what decision have to take. Is it an incremental, strategy? How fast it should be? It should be reactive. It should be anticipatory. Anyway, this is a long discussion on this. This bridge, I've shared this. This is what I'd like to share. So I'll come to this. Then we are already, you see, we are not in the digital age. We are in now information age. If you see, I'll just mention earlier, a person in Kabuganj also have got a mobile and he's accessing WhatsApp, talking on a WhatsApp call to his brother somewhere in Kuwait or in London. So that was possible because physical to digital has already been done.
Yes,
And
sir.
everybody is flooded with the information. Everybody is flooded, overflow. And that is the critical point. We now, everything we spend, our screen life has increased like anything.
Hmm.
We have changed our lifestyle. Everything has changed. And what we are doing, we felt that yes, things will change, things will happen good, something will, but we don't know. You can see the technology it can do the best, it can do the worst also. You
Yeah.
see lifestyle related problems. Being a psychiatrist, you can understand it. How
Yes, sir.
people are going towards depression. If you go, people physical activities are almost going down. People are paying now to do some physical activity.
Yeah.
In many places, there are paid parks. So I don't know what is the answer. So I leave this like question for the audience, for the presenter, for the other participants and other panelists.
Okay.
Then what is that? What is that after the information age? I can't imagine. I can't draw it's a very hedgy image for me. Hope I have able to address this gathering with a small presentation and small knowledge that I have got. I could share with you. And with this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you, everybody, for inviting me. And we can have any discussion on this.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. And before we go to the audience, I have a question for you, sir, because you run a very large organization and all these youngsters who are participating, they'll all be joining the workforce in the years to come. So how do you think the offices of the future will look? And how will the workplace change? And it's already changed, like you said.
It has already changed. It has already changed. Work from home has become now a normal phenomenon. It's already there. In private organization, you see hiring an office in any hairy big city costs some money. If I don't go to Bombay, Nariman Point or somewhere, even at Silchar, Shillong Patti, one office will cost some 10,000 rupees at least to rent.
Yes.
Rather pay that person 1,000 rupees more.
Yeah.
So you see, there are things are getting digitized. So physical things are moving somewhere. We have digitized already, but still, yes, some works which are related, physical work are also required. We can't ignore the industry. But yeah, I'd like to share one thing here also, because you mentioned it, where workforce is like moving towards. If you see, going back to the 1960s or 70s, this example also is a very close example to me. Ahmedabad to Mumbai, okay? And that was a belt which was dominated by the textile mills. And there are a lot many mills. And I know Shantanu, Himabrat, you might have been born in 1980s, 85, 86, somewhere like that.
Yes,
so
sir.
I don't know. So we are some senior to you, older to you. Even Deviprita could remember. We used to get our class only during the Durga Puja or some Navavarsha. In 14th April or Durga Puja, that too only 1 or 2 sets. And one will, actually with me, one will be the school uniform. That was
same for our generation also, sir.
and that was what we used to get. Now, coincidentally, good luck, God's grace, whatever, I got the job and I posted it Ahmedabad. What I have seen, if you see last 20 years, mills now converted into malls. I is going, A is coming in place.
Yes.
And this mills are now shifting. Now, if you see our buying pattern, now we go for a mall to buy some grocery. We go to the mall. Why you go to a mall? Another subject matter. I'll not come to it. There we buy 2 t-shirts. We like, this dress is very nice. That was very good. We buy that. Impulsive buying. We purchase it. We get it. If you see, there's a paradigm shift. Paradigm shift. How? Earlier, only 2 sets of clothes in a year. Now we don't know how much. And we don't know when we actually use it also. So there's and the population in 60s to 70s, 80s, and today's population almost double. Meals are not there. Meals are not there. Because I have gone so many times. Kamla Mill, now the big pub and restaurant and everything. And the office. You might have heard a lot many stories about Kamla Mill. So everywhere,
Yes,
but still
indeed.
some small mills are there. They're working. Then what is where the population has increased, consumption has grown up like anything. Then what has happened? This means there is a shift. What is that
Yes.
shift? Shift to the industry. From where? From one country to another. India to Bangladesh,
Yeah.
some other countries. Even that day I was in a mall. I was just gone to a mall here, Decathlon. I found a shoe very interesting.
Yeah.
Written lot many things. When I just go and see inside, it's written made in Bangladesh.
Hmm.
So you see, so there's a paradigm shift.
In
So
fact,
coming back
sir,
to-
you will be happy to know that the day after tomorrow, we will have an eminent speaker from Bangladesh. Professor Salahuddin will talk about the success story, and he will be
Very
talking about the ready-made garment sector, sir. So we'll have an
Very good,
absorbing
yes.
session day after tomorrow also.
And government of India has given not only India, it's a SAFTA, South Asian free trade agreement, and
Yeah.
through which the countries in and around India or South Asia, they have a trade agreement, and through which there is a import duty is minimum, and there's rather somewhere it is no duty. There's some scheme in there for the SAFTA country, and that's how Bangladesh has been supported by India. With Afghanistan also, we have get a treaty because Afghanistan is our country where we are supporting them with import. Okay.
Yes.
So now coming back to your question is what is going to be the tomorrow's office? So you say this is how paradigm shift happening. This means what? This means very clear. Nowadays we are shifting from industrial to service-oriented business industry
Yes.
because we don't like blue collar. We are shifting to white collar. We
Yes.
want to sit in office. We have to like to increase our tummy. We'd like to people going. If you see 10 years down the line, which profession? Diabetologist will be having more business because people with more
Absolutely.
diabetes and BP and
We are
lifestyle
already in the
disease.
middle of an epidemic, sir, when it comes to diabetes and
Yeah.
lifestyle disorders. Yeah.
Yes. So this is a thing happening. So I hope I could answer your question. Yes, work from home is going because we are more or outsourced business. Which business? Mainly the BPO, KPO, and knowledge based and remote location service that you can provide.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful presentation. And you've given us a blending of technology and real life experiences as well. Big thank you. I'd like to request Moksud, are you with us? Moksud is a student of management. Moksud?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, do you have a quick question? I know you have a class from 8 o'clock. Sir, online education, everybody is so busy and time is of essence. So quickly, Moksud, if you could ask a question to our guest.
Sure. This is an interesting topic, and leadership is being taught in many
Tell me.
many degree courses. Hello, sir, am I audible?
Yes, please
Yeah.
be quick.
Yeah, you are audible.
And the leadership is taught in many degree courses, but leadership is inbuilt. It's in us only. So putting that in line, sir, I was just asked to ask you one question. Does the current education system builds the leader in us, or its surrounding which builds the quality in us?
Could you please write the question down, Moksud? That will be
repeat.
better.
Yes, I can't listen. Yes.
I think
Yes.
I think what Moksud is trying to ask, sir, is whether leaders are born or are they made? If I could get parts of his question correctly.
A big
Hello?
question. One more session. I'll take some time now. It's a big question.
Sure.
And
But
better if I
let's just
explain with
take
some example.
Moksud. Yes, sure. Moksud, could you fire in your question, please? Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I just asked that,
Whether
how
leaders are
leaders
born
have
or
been
made.
built. Yeah, actually, it's by birth, or is the education system that makes them?
Okay.
Nature
If it
versus
would have been by
nurture.
birth-
Big question, sir.
Yes. If it would have been by birth, so we would have got a very good leader of opposition today. I'll just not name it. It's not fair enough. Very good leader of opposition today, but that is a by birth. So sometimes it's a mix of both. But yes, it is made because it's a sword. The more you put it in a hot iron and you hammer it, it will be more sharp. So that is you cannot get it in a tree, or you cannot grow, or no one can give birth to such a sharp sword. It has to be, even you can see in the pottery also.
Professor Salahuddin, good evening. Namaskar.
Good evening, sir. Thank you, sir, for inviting me. Very nice
Okay.
discussion, but sorry, I could not enter the session at first. I had no the proper link. I could not get the link. I am enjoying in the last time before 10 minutes or more. It is very
Okay.
nice
Okay.
session. I think our resource person is very excellent presentation he has done. I think. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank
my
you so much,
pleasure.
sir,
My
joining
pleasure.
us from Bangladesh. And I'd like to quickly come to our participants here. Shornali, do you have another question? How did you find the presentation from sir?
Sir, the presentation was very nice. I really enjoyed it a lot. Sir, I wanted to ask a question that do the goals that we have in our life plays an important role in leadership?
Mm-hmm.
Let us take another question, and then sir
Then
will
I'll answer.
ask two. Yeah, sir will answer together. Shantanu, your question?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I wanted to ask that, sir, how can we adapt ourselves to changes? Because you said that it's very important for us to accept as well as adapt to changes. But when it comes to adapting to changes, I really like lag in this. Like it becomes really difficult for me to adapt changes. So how can we overcome this?
So, how important are goals and how to adapt, sir? Basically.
Yes. Okay. Anything? Any more? Anyone? Any other question? Okay. I'll just. Am I audible now? Okay. So you
Yes,
see,
sir.
before answering Swarnali and Shantani's question, I'd like to go to the one point that Dr. Gupta Debiprita has mentioned during the inaugural speech. That is empathetic view. You see, that one point I forgot. Emotional intelligence and empathetic view.
Yeah.
There is a big subject. The whole we think. You see, everybody we think. Even Swarnali and Shayantan also can also listen to this. Whatever we do, we think something. We do before we do think something. So there's something called designing your thinking. Designing your thinking is very important. In terminology, we call it the design thinking. In one line, I'll say design thinking, the basic important is empathetic view. Empathetic view means you put yourself on others' shoe and then you draw a canvas. It may be your student, it may be your teacher, it may be your anybody. You put yourself, suppose you go with a proposal to someone, before making the presentation, you first think it. When you think, design your thinking. How? Empathetic way. What is empathetic way? You put yourself in some other's shoe. You feel how it will be, how it will be responded, or what is his liking, how it will, someone else in the other side would like to respond to it. So that is a very important point, Devrita, that you have mentioned. Emotional intelligence, yes, is very important. Now coming to the goals and how to adapt. So I'll first answer Shantani's question. You see, you are from Silchar? Shantani? Am I audible? Hello?
I think, sir, she is experiencing network issues.
Okay. So anyway, if she's, hello?
She is from Silchar, sir, yeah.
Okay. So it's Silchar. Earlier, we used to move in rickshaw. There was no mobile phone. We used to walk from Shodorghat to Link Road. But now we require what is called tuk-tuk. And you know, 10 rupees. So why you have stopped walking? Who stopped you to stop walking? So how to adapt? Did anyone told you by from tomorrow don't you stop walking? No one. It's you. So you have to adjust yourself. When you feel cold, don't you take the blanket, or someone else tell, or there is a gadget will tell you, okay, Shantani, now it is cold, temperature is below this degree, you should do this. We are not that digitized. It's you who take it. No one stop. And goals, yes. Before goal, you should have a vision. Whatever is a vision, you set a vision, and based on your vision, you set your goal. Goals are these small steps. Suppose example, you would like to whatever, I don't know your background. So you like suppose you would like to do your PhD. So if your vision is PhD and if you are in, say, graduate or master degree, whatever level it is, then you set your goals. Okay, I have small trigger points that you should keep on achieving, and then only you will feel enriched and you'll be happy. And your whole immune system, as per because the whole immune system will support you. So I don't know, Shantani was not there, some technical issue, and Shonali, but you can ask me anytime in this discussion. Is there?
Madam,
and we have almost 1 hour.
Madam, we are really lucky, and great things, truly great things can happen when friends come together, right? And today it's almost like Friendship Day has come a little late here at TCG Mind, and we've had a brilliant session, really, and I've really been spellbound. Your thoughts on Sir's presentation, and I'd just like to ask you something which is very personal. How big a victim are you of online marketing? So how do you do a lot of purchasing online, and have you shifted from the traditional mode of consumption to buying online? Do you look forward to the Amazon days and the special sales on Myntra as well, like all the other youngsters?
No, I am a bit conservative type of person, so I would say no. Okay, though I do a lot of shopping, yes, at times, lot of shopping, but mostly they're books, because in Silchar we don't get books. Okay, so mostly it is books that I do shopping from online stores, and otherwise I don't do much shopping from this Myntra or Amazon, whatever. So no, I'm not addicted to that online shopping. And regarding
yeah, madam, and regarding the points that Sir mentioned, I mean, it was a brilliant blend of teaching also, I felt, with the right mix of technology and the right mix of life lessons and also anecdotes. So
yes, he is a master of this, he is from IIM. Is from IIM, so it's nothing for him actually. So I just want to ask Bishop, do you have any question for Sudhakar?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Yes.
Please.
Sir, I am giving you a hypothetical situation. Let's say a leader is there. A leader is there who has taken a certain decision, and the result of that decision would be very good, tremendously good, but it will take some time to come out. So meanwhile, the leader is facing huge backlash for that decision he made. So at that point of time, what according to you the leader do to keep his peace of mind positive, to abide by whatever decision he took? Because he knows that. Yes, sir. Because he knows that the outcome will be very good.
You see, we pass through this situation very often. So based on, he has taken a decision. So now decision taking are mainly, you see, there are certain decisions. You have a long project report, go through. Something is your intuition. So if your decision is blend of your data driven and intuition, that is always going to have to give you a result. There is something called gestation period. Okay, suppose there are lot many examples. Which example I will share? Some decision fail. Even I have also failed in my life, lot many times. She knows, and that's failures are always. I always tell people the failures are the pillars of success. Sometime back to around 2001, I'll tell you. We had taken. I just share. I have got 1 minute time for. I will give me 1 minute time for this. Now it's almost 2:05. Okay. So,
Aram, we are enjoying it, sir. You are talking like a family member, pura.
So it's my pleasure. So it's of 2001 or 2. I forgot actually. We at the time I was in Gujarat. So there is a place called Dahej. So there is a port, and we are supposed to do some loading of liquid cargo from Dahej to Delhi. And I was in the front runner. That time I was more young and new to the organization, but still I was good in the good book of my bosses. So they have given me the full, okay, you tell, we will take decision. So I have sent the report, they've taken a decision, everything was done. On the D-Day, the day we are supposed to load the container, coincidentally, I was going through some data sheet, and it came to my knowledge the transportation of anything which is hazardous in nature should have a permission from one department, and that department sits at Nagpur. So the project failed. In the D-Day, can you imagine? But we are like we have learned what we think from that particular decision, and personally at my level, and we have got more success stories after that. So now we understood it very clear. In India, it is very important that you should first know very specific what you are looking for. That Mother Teresa example. Number one, what are the regulatory guidelines? I'll just give one more example, Hemabrata, to Vishwa.
Please, sir, please, sir, Aram se.
Suppose we are 6 people here. If we want to open we all are unemployed and we all have some money, say 100 crore each. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 crores we are having. Will it be possible for us after this long chatting? Okay, chalo ek bank hi khol dete. Silchar, there is no such bank. Let's open a high-tech bank and all this modern everything, gadget. So will it be possible for us to open a bank at Silchar having 600 or 6,000 crore with us? Is it possible?
I don't think so, because sir, you need to
RBI
something in
RBI.
Because there's a regulatory control in our country, and that our financial sector is highly controlled. You cannot open a bank. You may be having 6,000 crore. But
Listening to that much amount of money, sir, made all of us happy for some time at least.
My pleasure. So coming back to the other story, suppose all of us are unemployed, and after graduation, sitting somewhere. If you are all from GC college, then sitting under this Katal Gach, and we all have 100 or 1,000 rupees. So 6,000 rupees. What can we do? The first thing that will come to our mind is, why not let's open a samosa dukan, a shingara dukan down the street, and we can open a samosa shingara dukan. There's no one can stop us, and we can sell today's shingara tomorrow also. And you know, there is a ghugni and pulao down the college. You have seen ghugni pulao.
So since I am from GC college, so I am very familiar. Yes.
Yeah. So this ghugni pulao of the previous day are just heated and sold next day morning. There is no regulatory framework. But in the case of bank, do it. So my point here is that wherever you go, whatever you do, understand the regulatory framework. That is very critical, very important for success. That through decision, I'll come back to your point. Leaders take a decision. It may take time. It may not. So intuition driven and data driven. If it is entirely intuition driven, I have been told by Bisho that his brother in Dubai has done a business of onion export. So I should also start from Silchar, the export of green chili. Then this is intuition based, not a data driven. Or you have seen someone that people from Andhra Pradesh are bringing fish to Silchar and selling the market and becoming crorepati's. You feel that I should also do it because you've seen me, but you have not seen the other side of the coin. So if it is intuition driven, the chances of failures are more. If it is data driven, chances of failure are less. But it is a combination. The ideal situation is combination of both, and that combination of both can come only from your experience and nothing from others. So hope I have answered your question.
Yes.
Excellent, sir. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
But Bishwa, don't pick up the entrepreneurial idea of Ghugni Gorampuria Besa, buchcho to. Be ethical when you become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Example, do wrong sense niyo na khali. Madam, fantastic session, and this is, I think, the hallmark of true greatness when you can communicate with an audience which is much younger, and it's just so nice that sir is speaking the tongue of the common man. And we are really grateful to sir. Madam, final questions from the house, and then formal vote of thanks from you.
Yes, I think Hemabrata, Professor Salahuddin has put one question. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
see it, where it is.
Yeah. So Professor Salahuddin asked, when can a manager become a good leader? So the relationship between leadership and he's of course a professor from Bangladesh.
Associate Professor,
Sir,
Management, Government, Titumir College, Bangladesh. Government College Professor, Associate Professor.
Okay.
so
Wonderful,
nice.
wonderful. Thank you, sir.
And sir, I am working on a project for Bangladesh. So last 2 nights I couldn't sleep because we are working in a project. We're likely to give you onion at Bangladesh,
Okay,
and
thank you.
because government of India has got some bilateral now recently. And anyway, India government is offering the railway link, and these things are there. So there's some project. Anyway, I'll come to your question. You see, everybody is leader by itself. It is at every level. Okay, and manager to leader and leader to manager. This is a question, big question. Whether when can a manager become a leader? When he will wish. Today you have wear a red T-shirt. Did your wife told you to wear a red T-shirt, or it's you who have decided? Professor Salahuddin,
Yes, sir.
ये
Yes, sir.
আপনি টুডে জাস্ট আপনি একটা রেড কালারের টি-শার্ট পরেছেন এখন।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
এটা ডিসিশন কি আপনি নিয়েছেন না আপনার ওয়াইফ বলেছে? No, so manager, we can become a leader when you want, whenever you feel I
Of
want
course,
to be a leader. Then
sometimes my
yes,
wife
but
will say, this is what I will wear. She is
she
also,
don't continue.
in some cases, she has the influence
So
to
don't
me.
mind.
She is leader.
He is a leader. So you are a manager. So no one stops anybody. It's we who stop
Very
ourselves.
nice example. Nice example, sir.
So my pleasure, sir. My pleasure. So anything, Himabrato, any question, or we can conclude because this discussion is never.
I mean, sir, I get reminded of a line my friend once said. He said, "The best adda is the adda that never ends."
Yes, yes.
And this evening has just been remarkable, and it's almost like we found a friend, and CDG Mind is so grateful to have Mr. Sudhakar Sen on the panel. Sir, before we let you go, we have spoken about a program that you want us to design for students from classes 9 to 10. If you could tell our listeners a little bit about your
Okay.
vision,
Okay.
so that we can implement it in September, sir. That is our target.
So now leadership is close. I'll come to that point. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I feel that what is called tasking at a time is a difficult job. We can switch, but I can't do. So coming to that point of last day, you see, when you go to the school, whatever we do, I feel that we should create some impact. At least today, I try to bring something to share some whatever I know I've learned throughout my life, starting from Silchar till date.
Yeah.
I should share, and more I share, I also learn from you people, and this is a continuous process. Now, point here is Himabrato has taken a very noble initiative and trying to bring the people together, share their own knowledge, and creating something. But we should be very clear. I told you, your chashma should be very clear. No hedge. It shouldn't be a fog in that you can unsee. Similarly, coming to the point is that we should be able to create some impact, and that will be the real achievement of what? Because today if I'm here at Silchar, I'll just give a small brief. I'm brought up at Silchar, schooling at collegiate school, then at Silchar Central School, KB Silchar, and then at GC College, then Law College, then Delhi Management, and then later on I ran away from my organization, and I felt because I was supposed to join MBA at Assam University, but some other whatever reason, and then done my management from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, on specialization on strategy and operations for working people. And then I have done some continuous Six Sigma and all these things. So
Great,
what,
sir. Great.
in a
Very
bigger
inspiring,
picture,
sir.
what I can see as a bigger picture is that these all ideas are bullshit, nothing. Until unless it is implemented, it has created impact. If you can't create impact to a single person, then it is nothing. You are zero. You are a big zero.
Yeah.
So now, how to create impact? Who is the target? You see, how many IS are there from Silchar? Any idea how many IS are there from Silchar? Hardly any. How many IPS? Hardly any. Why can't we? Where is it lacking? Somewhere it must be. We must be lacking. So my point here is, then why can't we create? It is the same brain. So main problem, what I found or I see, is that people are not focused. They just feel that something will happen one day. Which one day, I don't know. And one more thing, Someone is stopping. Are both problem, both jamela, jamela, jamela. What is jamela? You are your own jamela, and no one else is your jamela. So this means that we are not mindful. We are just trying to put allegations on others. Are lot many jhamela. So even going for a license, are RTO official both jhamela. What is the jhamela? Identify the jhamela and note it down, break it down, piece into pieces, and attempt each and every jhamela and find it out. My point here is, if you, Imabrato, would like to really create some impact, and with the topic of mindfulness, we see lot many times that in a school a teacher is giving lecture. Some students are looking at the window at that particular moment. So at the exam, what happens? That the student who couldn't answer at his home, he couldn't, because he don't have vision that my class 7 or class 10 or class 9 is a 9-month course. After 9 months, I have to prep. I have to write an exam and I have to go to the next class. Otherwise, there are 1,000 children already born at Silchar who are running like anything, coming to the schools. And 5,000 are about to get married, and 10,000 childs are going to get birth in next 3 years. So this huge force is coming out. It's like a flowing stream of water. So the point is, everybody has to be mindful. Then what is mindful? If your child is unmindful, then you have to make him mindful. And for making the mindful, you have to first tell them what is the unmindful. And you have to show them the picture. The way I have shown in the picture of that bridge at USA. This it will be always in your mind that I'm not showing you that vegetation. I'm not showing you any march and that river. I'm showing you that you see how the things keeps on changing. So my point is here that you start a session on mindfulness. How it has got impact. So with the school student, you need to go to the school and colleges and tell, we have a session on mindfulness. You just send a WhatsApp message to any of the school teacher and write a small note. Is your child is your child unmindful? Then please join a lesson, which is free. Share your knowledge.
And your ideas are, we will certainly try and give them a shape in the month of September. And I have always been a believer, sir, that Barak Valley has always had wonderful teachers. And if you look at our panel here, we've got professors from different streams. But I've always felt that we have somehow not been able to provide industry leaders like you. I mean, today, the way you have spoken, I have not heard a CEO from Silchar talk like this, or at an intimate, at a personal level like this.
No, please. I'm very down to earth. Don't. CEO is my profession. There is a place. I go there when I enter there. Otherwise, I'm a very normal person like you all.
Sir. And that is exactly what we found out, sir. That is why we loved you so much. And the learnings from industry, if we can incorporate, I think we can do a bigger service to our children. So we will certainly come up with a plan, and you and Deviprita madam will be at the core of developing the curriculum. We will let you know the details in the future. Quick question from Shatoparna sir.
I have read her question.
Sir. Sure.
Shatoparna is in the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I always ask personal questions so that whatever we discuss, it's directly attacks and you get a relevant answer. What is your background?
Sir, I'm doing my graduation in zoology. I'm Deviprita ma'am's student.
Okay, then I can't ask. Okay, anyway, so my question is, you are not audible. Unmute first. You unmute first.
Please, Kursi. You can ask. Please go on. Here you are, you are the boss. Please ask.
Satrupa, your question is, I have read, suppose you are in graduation level, quite relevant, you might be having boyfriends. So you have two boyfriends, one is having bike, one is having car. So one is good at, bike wala is good at knowledge, good at education, but car wala having more money. One is giving you, just don't take it a person, I'll give you an example. One gives you fuchka daily and others will take you to history restaurant. So you are confused. So your question is, whether should we have a plan B in our life? Why you should have plan B? Why can't you focus on your plan A, and why can't you achieve it?
So
you should have
because of the previous failures.
Choose it from the beginning And how will you choose it? You choose it from what you like. What is you first set out your criteria, set out your strength. You in a piece of paper, you do your own SWOT analysis. I'll suggest to all the students in this group, please do your SWOT analysis, your own SWOT analysis. What is your strength? Dekho, I'll tell you, if you are very poor in maths, it is wastage of time and money keeping 3 teachers for maths and trying to get 80 and 90 marks in maths. If you're good at zoology, excel in that subject, be a master in that subject. Again, coming to the question, sir, as you said, we should be specific with our choice. Yes, does that mean we should not have plan B? Why you want to be a plan B? Then you feel you should have a plan C of plan D, and you have a plan B of plan C. So it will be a continuous process. You will deviate from the whole. Your vision will illuminate illusion. You will be in a state of illusion.
Yeah.
Those who achieve civil service, clear the UPSC, they are very focused. Yes, I have to, so have to. There is no second thought. If you have to be topper in your BSc zoology or in your department, then you have to. For that, you have to be mindful that what Himabrata has just mentioned. There is no why you are stopping yourself from you are not confident. If your confidence level is low, you identify your weakness. What I'll suggest you identify your weakness and try to address those weaknesses.
So, but sometimes luck also plays a major role.
Look, I'm not clear. Please tell me again.
So I'm telling that luck also plays a vital role in.
Yeah, luck. You see, yes. What is luck? What is luck?
Like, sir, you work hard for it, but still that you cannot crack it. So sometimes you, I think so that luck.
What is
has a
it?
role
You
to
define
play.
we can talk some other name also. You define luck. You take out your note, write what is luck, and whom you feel here is lucky.
This evening, I am feeling very lucky, sir, because you are with us. I can tell you that much.
No. Suppose if you feel that Himabrata or Deviprita is lucky, then you change your stack. Then you are in a stage of cataract.
No, sir, we are really fortunate, I think, because from now on, you are part of the family.
So,
yeah, Shataparna, your understanding of probability and luck, tell us.
Then you are not focused. You have to be focused. One suggestion I'm telling again and again, please do your own SWOT analysis. Write in a piece of paper. Go to Google. First understand what is SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity. You write your strength and weakness. These are our internal, your internal, inside you. No one can see it. And there's no certificate in it. And your careers are based on your strength. Suppose tomorrow you become an owner of a company at Future, and you'd like to keep someone as your employee, you will see whose bande mein kitna dam hai. That is what is his strength, not what is his weakness. And for those weakness, those strengths, with those strengths, what are the opportunities? For weakness, what are the threats? If you have feel some threat, amar bahut ghabrat hota hai, then you take a treatment. Very clear cut, I mean to say. But don't waste your time, because you are in a very crucial part of your life. We are almost at the mid age, and we have seen the life very closely, and that's what I can say.
This is such a friendly. This is now becoming a very homely, family type voice call. Yeah.
Sir, I'm a student of Devita Madam, and she very often used to motivate us by citing about your journey. And now it is pretty much evident that why she does that. It is pretty much evident
now. We are very
now,
close friends from so many years, and she is a very good person and knowledgeable. And,
indeed, sir.
We are very good friends from all.
Yes, sir, I would like to say one thing. You asked one question when you were discussing in the slides that what should be the next stage after the information age. Yes. So I would like to say, I don't know to what degree you would agree with me. Along with this information age, there should be the coexistence of awareness and vigilance. If it is there, then I think information age is not at all harmful. Because if we are vigilant and aware of what the fake news are, what will be the impact of propagating the fake news, so it will be beneficial. So yes, sir. Then along with the information age, the combination of this awareness and vigilance, it will be very beneficial.
And
Yeah.
just to add to Vishwa's point, sir, myself coming from the background of behavioral sciences, I think the next big breakthrough is not going to be technological, but I think it's going to be in the mind. It's going to be a psychological revolution that is going to come. And I think we are witnessing it throughout this pandemic. And just like you mentioned, the way we are thinking has radically undergone a lot of change. And I think the new age will be defined by mindfulness, like you very rightly pointed out. Okay, then, sir, would you like to?
Shataparna, I'd like to add
Yes,
one
sir,
example
yes, sir,
here.
yes.
Just I could
Yes.
recall. This is a story of 2004, I remember. Yeah. Deviprita was doing her PhD. Her son was 1 month old. She kept her son with her mother-in-law and husband, went there, completed thesis, and came back. And got this. And today, when she looked back, how she's feeling, she can share it. So because she was focused, there's a classical example in front of you. That
Absolutely.
if no plan B, no plan C, no plan D. You see, I have seen, we have high because I am from Silchar. This is a classical problem of our place because we are not focused. Amra jani na, we don't know. We are not focused. We are unmindful. Mindfulness has never been taught to us in the whole through our school, college. I don't know nowadays, GC College, how it is nowadays. Everybody used to, in a 200 English and alternative English class, used to be 100, 200 in that behind that Katal Gach one hall was. I feel you remember those days. And there is just a roll call. If there is a roll call, there will be no class. And there is a class, there will be roll call.
Madam is now part of the administration, of course. Madam, would you like to comment on what sir has to say?
No, it's all the same till now.
Okay. And
but then we have divided the thing into sections now, Sudhakar.
Very
Things
good.
have তুমি একবার আইও আইয়া দেখে যাইও না তো
Sure.
And it'll be great, in fact, if your college, madam, invites faculty, invites eminent alumni like Sudhakar sir, and it'll be great motivation for the students.
We invited him a lot, but he is so busy. He is a very the busiest person when he
Now
is here
there's
in
some part of the life after retirement, I'm free only. 15 years, maximum 13 years left. 13, 14 years left. So
And I think this has been a very, very absorbing session, and I hope we could cover. I had never expected, and you will be fascinated, Sudhakar sir, that before this lockdown, in fact, even 2 months back, I did not know, madam. And because of you, thank you, I'm getting to know and respect her more. And it's so good to have both of you friends as part of this initiative of ours. And we look forward to a fantastic event in September, madam. And like sir very nicely said, I must say sir is stricter as a teacher than you are. I think there is no plan B when it comes to our September session now. No turning back.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you, the young people, and hope I could share some knowledge with you and lot many questions. Be focused.
And sir, before you leave, I'll make an assurance. I'll ask all the students to do their SWOT analysis, and I'll ask you to come and join us for 10 minutes, maybe on Saturday, and then you can have a quick round with them and tell us a little bit about. It'll be Independence Day, so we'll be celebrating, sir, on Saturday. So if you could please join, we'll let you know.
Okay.
And we'll have a brief session with you, and you can talk a little bit about the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Sure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Madam, final words from you and the formal vote of thanks.
Bapre. So on behalf of CGG, thank you, Sudhakar. Onek busy thakos, I know, but still, whenever I call him, Himobrato, he is busy with phone. So his phone keeps on ringing, no, but then still he has taken out time from his busy schedule. So we are really thankful and looking forward. Aro aibe CGG platform.
I'll try.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Deviprita. Thank you, my brother. It's my pleasure.
And we'll send you a special invite on Saturday, sir. Please join us and reach us.
Tell the time for before at least 1
Yes,
day. That is very important.
We'll
thank
let
you,
you know, sir.
Professor
We'll let you know.
Salahuddin also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure connecting you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Himadruba, hello.